Was geht's, Leute? All right, bet. So today, today we're gonna be looking for lower prices. That's what I want to see. It's like every time I'm looking for like the certain lows or specific levels to get hit, they always get hit ahead of what the time I guess I'll be looking for. Ideally, this Asia low and the sell side liquidity low. The one thing that I'm kind of concerned about, I still think higher time frame we're going lower. Just the issue I'm having right now is the index, the bonds right now. The bonds are dropping. And so if the bonds are dropping, that means that this should be going higher. Now, if you look at this range where it could trade within, I guess we kind of already went up to EQ of that range. So again, I want to see us trade lower, trade softer. That would be my anticipation of today. Do we come up a little bit more? Do we trade up into this inverse fair value gap a little bit and trade softer? That's what I'm looking at. I didn't want to see this happen overnight. I would have liked to see it kind of consolidate and then drop, but we obviously didn't get that. So right now, what I'm just watching the bonds and specifically the 5-year. Because if the 5-year can kind of hold this low, then it would go well with the trade setup that I'm looking for. Got to turn this on a little brighter in here. Ah, bad. So that's pretty much, oh, forgot about that. That's pretty much like what we're looking at right now. I want to see a trade here, but I understand that on the hourly chart we have this balanced price range. I would expect this up close candle to hold us if that's possible. And we have a breaker here, high, low, higher, high. This down close candle right there. We already trade up into it. So 5-minute chart. Again, not really much going on here, but I want to see us drop. But we'll see if that's what's in the cards for today. Wednesday high, when we took this range from here or even there to there, we went to a discount. I went to a premium, I'm sorry. Now you can say from this high to this low, could it come up into there? It can. But I'm looking at this as a balanced price range, which means that all of this has been, we had all delivery to the upside here, buying, and this was all delivery to the downside. So I'm looking at that as balanced. I mean, obviously we have all that stuff going on over there. So heavily, man, there could be a lot of manual intervention today, which is what no one knows. Can't predict that part. So they could scream it. They could scream it all the way back above here. To me, this seems more logical, but we're gonna see what ends up happening today. How's everyone doing today, though? No, it's crazy. How do you print out a sticker? I don't know if you guys can see it. How do you print out a sticker and it's wrong? Because if you watch The Office, he doesn't say, "Did I just stutter?" He just says, "Did I stutter?" How do you print out a sticker and it be wrong? Julian, what's good, bro? Good, man. Morning. I know it's early for you, right? It's kind of early over there. Was geht's, Bruder? Was geht's? So I want to see it trade lower, but the issue what I'm seeing right now is the bond market right now. They're dropping. Yeah, 622. Sheesh. Sheesh. That's kind of yeah, that's early, bro. Early, early, early. You have work today or are you chilling? Yeah, 6:22 in the morning, man. Yes, sir. Monday through Friday. Eat. You trade the morning session too, though, right? Yeah. What is that? 11, 9? Well, I guess for you, it's what 6:30. Eesh. I might be on that wave a little bit though. I might be sliding out there to the West Coast. Yeah, only AM session. Yeah. I want to see us here. Like, unfortunately, like, do something. Do something. Crazy, crazy. So we'll see what ends up happening here. I mean, I did see this, like, this range here. Could we come up there? We could. My concern is the bonds right now. Because we have SMT on like a monthly level with the bonds. Nicht gut. Not very good. Let me show you. You have some time. So if you look at, we'll go here. It wants to load. The daily chart, you'll see a little bit cleaner. So you see this high right here. I'm going to scroll through them. So this is the same high right here. This is the 5-year. You have the 10-year. The 30-year, you see how it's lower? That's an issue. But right now we're trading down into a fair value gap with an order block. So what I'm expecting here is for price to, it came back down to a discount. I would expect it to try to trade higher. That would be my expectation for today. So that's what is concerning. But again, I still think and would like to see us trade lower using this balanced price range on an hourly chart, because I feel like all this is balanced. We had no respect of this at all. We traded up. We didn't take out this, but I wonder if we did that on the other two. Let me just check real quick. I don't know if we did that. Monday. I think we did that, by the way. No, we did not. So, I mean, we took it out slightly, don't get me wrong. Like up here, we took this out like a real slight raid, which is possible. I would have liked to see a deeper one, but I ain't got control over that. But yeah, so no real SMT like that for me there. Oh no, there was massive SMT there actually. So Dow didn't trade up to the equivalent high, showing weakness. As you see, Dow is exceedingly weak compared to the rest of them. It's way below that now. We had a large range. We're kind of trading sideways right now, so with no news. Shocker. But yeah, I just wish we didn't do this ahead. We hit the daily rejection block too, by the way. I had that outlined right here. We hit that. So we'll see. Is this Monday high of the week? Because like the thing is, we've been struggling like so much inside of this daily volume imbalance. Like we keep coming back down to it, coming back out, coming back down to it. We haven't broke it. And honestly, on a higher time frame, if you really look at this, we've done absolutely nothing. Like we're stuck in this range right now. We've done nothing. We haven't broke out of this high, haven't broke out of this low. We've just been inside. And then you have this volume imbalance that price just keeps staying within. So yeah, it's not really moving. Look at the bonds as well. They're consolidating. So that's why I almost was like, I'm gonna start trading gold, because at least gold was moving, but you can't trade gold at all. Understandably. Also oil, I think you can't do that either. I want to see I want to see us trade softer. So this high right here, I'm watching this gap from 330. The 15-minute chart, I'm watching that response there. I want to see us if it's going to use that and then trade softer. I don't want to see it go through it. Let me put it on there so you can see. Didn't close it completely. Right there. That's the gap I'm watching on this side in the breaker. No, this war, yeah, this war is definitely affecting all this stuff. The one thing that I'm noticing is like it's running pre-session. Like even yesterday, it got down. Like on Friday when I was trading, I got a couple minutes before it opens, but on Friday when I was trading, this easily should have went down there. Like that's loaded. On Friday we dropped. The thing is we held in a holding pattern, and then on over the weekend it dropped. So then you have price here overnight run down deeper below this low. Then in the morning we come up here, we come back up here. Normally you would expect it to come up first before going down, right? Which you get that here, but I feel like right now it's running things out pre-session or before normal hours would be. And so that to me is what's a little bit concerning, what I don't like. Usually you're expecting the market open at like 9:30 to start doing that, and it's doing everything ahead. So I'm a little bit more cautious today because we did have a large range in the morning, and morning means in New York. I mean in London. So that's what I don't like. But yeah, it definitely has a big effect on the market overall. So the market just opened. I think we have a discount gap. Should. Yeah, look at that gap. So a large gap from overnight. Remember, the last closing price was up here, and now we're down here. Right, so that's a large gap. I would want to see us not go too much higher. I want to see us use this gap over here, start to displace lower. That's what I would want to see. Again, the indexes, the bond market is what I'm a little bit concerned right now with where we are in price. And we have a daily order block like right here and all this. I'm watching that. Trading back up into the balanced price range again. Get the other one. Where'd it go? There we go. So Dow's weak or weaker. But again, don't really want to see too much going above this price, this high end or the premium end of that balanced price range. That's what I would not want to see. And trade up, we have a stop run inside of that balanced price range and would want to see rejection. That's what I'd want to see. Too clean. Yeah, that's about it, man. It's just I just feel like they're just doing everything before. Let's see. I was not showing the same thing. Notice how in the 1 hour gap up in here, we want to see us not be able to start closing above this because we start getting above here. I think it puts at least going down here in the morning session, I think, off the table. But nice if it can stay down. That's really good. This looks so clean down here too as well. I wouldn't be like, it looks way too clean. A 1 minute chart. So this is like the opening range low, 930. So I was using that as well. So want to see that reject. Miracle. Remember, at the same time that this is happening, trading up, the bonds are trading down into a daily order block with a fair value gap. So this needs to reject. Or else we're gonna have bigger, I think, bigger issues with this, at least trading lower. For the 401ks and stuff, that's good for y'all, but at least for where I think it's gonna go, there's an issue. I still think we could use this if we get below it, by the way. Like if we can close below this, because right now we do have SMT. This high was not taken out on ES or YM, either or. Kwame, what's good, bro? What's good? So this balanced price range right now is holding, which is good. I like that, honestly. Like that a lot. So if we can, create a gap, and if we come back up to this, I would sell it and then look for Asia low. That would be my anticipate. That's what I would want to see, or anticipate that type of reaction. Took out sell stops. I'm at buy stops. I'm sorry, but need to see it, show that signature. That's what it wants, and then if that's the case, for a sell going below there, ultimately down to there. Because I like this gap here, I'd be okay with that. So for me, that's nothing there yet. So nothing there. I mean, that's a nice wick up into a balanced price range. We'd want to see it it has to start breaking down now. At the bond market right now. I think it's just more, what we don't want to do is get caught in consolidation at all. Even if it like, yeah, I just don't want to get caught in that. Again, we want to see like it start to respect levels. Miracle. So yes, it's trading higher. Dow's not trading higher. Again, none of them have taken out this low, so that's at least a good sign. Like there's no SMT there, but needs to just go check the bonds right now. They have a SMT at a low, which would go in alignment with what we're thinking. Yeah, the next, unless something like drastic right now happens, I'll probably gonna end up waiting till 10, because that just creates the 4-hour close. And so if it wants to trade up higher, that's fine. And then in 22 minutes, it trades up into this and then rejects. Well, bingo, we're good. So that's what I'm okay with that, waiting for that, because this looks like this BPR is just getting ran through. That's not the signature that you would see. You would see this and then run. Not seeing that. So that's letting me know that I'm not It's not time. If it's gonna drop, it's definitely not time yet. Highest I'd want to see it go, if it is going to, right here. Let's note this out. That order block right there will be the highest. But right now we are hitting a where is it? Oh no, we're not hitting it yet. The daily order block is like right here. We can still trade up to that. Again, for me, the pre-market is for me to help see what's being respected and what's not being respected. That's how, and that's what I'm using it for. So if I'm expecting this balanced price range to show resistance, I'm looking at that now and say, okay, well, it did in the morning, but what is happening right now when the market opens, let alone a large opening range gap with no news. So I think if we had news, like let's say we had something like NFP or something had already happened and we were kind of down here, then I think it would just run immediately. But that's not what we have right now. Here's the middle point of it, like 24,766. So it's there, but again, BPRs are body close, but this is still not this signature. And this is what I'm kind of thinking right now. I mean, again, I'm still thinking we're going lower. What I think is happening is I think it's the again, I could be wrong. I could be just completely wrong. I think just looking at this in terms of the price action, I do think that the war has a lot to do with obviously how clean it looks. Because even if you look at this on the 15-minute chart, yes, it's dropping on a 5-minute chart, but there's no, it's just like dropping slowly. Like there's no displacement here at all. You know what I mean? So I think in now you get below this. I think that that's a case for us to look for minimum down here first, and then Asia. But needs to show displacement. Again, I could be completely wrong, just on the wrong side of the market, and that's fine too. But I want to see a trade lower. The macro time might give us something. But if we know that this is the balanced price range on the hourly chart, on the 1-minute chart, it looks like that. But if we go to hourly chart, again, we didn't even completely close this in, which is good. 5-minute chart, we're not even closing above these bodies. That's good. Wicks do the damage. The body is the bulk of the volume. So not being able to close above there, I like that. 1-minute chart, I would expect a little bit more displacement away. And if we can get below here and come back up, then I would look for everything down there. I think this was just pumping it up. That's my thought process through this whole thing. So if we get that, especially during the macro time or right ahead of the macro time, then we would expect price to just start to spool lower quickly. One thing I did notice, and I've talked about it a lot here, is immediate rebalances. Like when you see immediate rebalance, that's like my favorite thing probably to put my stop above, because if it's going above or below, let's say immediate rebalance, you're probably wrong. It shouldn't do that. Obviously, you have to have time of day and understand that part, but if you have immediate rebalance and it goes above that or through that or doesn't respect that, you're most likely you're wrong. Like I don't trade inverse fair value gaps, but if I did, like if that was my go-to model, I would definitely take one here already. but that's just not my model. And then I'm definitely targeting there. I don't trade that. If it's inside of, like if it's inside the other one, like there would be an inverse fair value gap right here, or trade up into that, I would take that one. A very extremely aggressive entry, in my opinion, would be there. And then clear sell side there, you could target that. It's just not mine right now. Like what I would do, let's say like I had taken the trade and I lost or something, and I was looking for mitigation only. If it did this, I would take it and then try to take out just a swing low just to make my money back. That's how I would do that with mitigation. There's a process for me to get in and get out quickly and make some of the money back and not necessarily hold. It's not the goal for me. See, if I was bullish right now, I'm in this order block, I would be very concerned. Very, very concerned because, like you said, fair value gap, break a structure. It's way too deep inside of that for any comfort. Zero comfort. I just want to see a fair value gap get created, and then I'll short it onto there. For that, if we could trade up into it, I feel like we've done what we needed to. Yeah, dollar supporting bearish interrupt. Yeah. So what the index is, and this is what I found, right? So, ICT had talked about when you're trading the indexes, you don't necessarily. I mean, dollar can help support the narrative, but it's mainly the bonds. So he said it's mainly the bond markets that give you that inverse correlation. And obviously, if the bonds are going to go what higher, dollars should be going lower, and they should be inverse. I'm pretty sure that's what he said. I think they're inverse. I know they're inverse to this. So again, want to see it start to expand. I'm not seeing that right now, but I think this rejection is nice. Off a balanced price range, off a low from yesterday. I just kind of want to see that. Personally, so we hit this. Remember, that's the 15-minute gap from over here. Want to see some resistance there. Please have your on. Again, no rush to anything. Might be OTE. We create a gap below this, but I'm not in a rush to do anything. I just don't like overnight runs. Overnight runs are like my least favorite thing. We got like 13 minutes until the new 4-hour candle opens up. We have a gap up here. How does price respond there? If we do a gap and do a fair value gap down here, I think it should run with speed below all of this if that's what can happen. But yeah, Julian, there was one day I think I was trading. This was a while ago. This got to have been at least 4 years ago, where I don't know if the dollar. I don't know what I was doing. I think I was looking at it wrong in terms of like the dollar and the indices, and they were either doing the same thing or doing something opposite. I can't remember. And I was like so confused because I was like, oh, I'm not going to take this trade because I was looking at it in terms of like the way um, the dollar is to like pound and euro. And so when I did that, it confused me so much. I was like, oh, I'm not taking the trade. And it was like the perfect trade. Like I just got confused on dollar. Um, that was it. So yeah, I think it's setting up here pretty soon, in my opinion. But remember, we need displacement. This is none of this is displacement yet. Not yet. By the way, Apex I guess now has no more trailing draw or trailing drawdown. That's nice. Because it definitely made me trade differently. I can tell you that. That's easy. Low resistance liquidity on signature there. This technically is not, but it's the low. So if we can create a gap here, trade below that, I'll take that. And like for me, this feels like a loaded deal if it can do that. And I would want to trade with 4, but I'll trade with 2. This is the first time I'm watching other markets. Usually I only just watch like yeah. I used to do that too. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna trade this, and like that joint got me cooked. I will say that. Got me cooked. Trust me, this right here for me, I just want to like market short it. Explain to you why. I'm not gonna do it, but I want to see a gap. This to me is a mitigation block. We came up here and we failed inside of a higher time frame array. So if we can do this, yeah, the inner market, I'm telling you. So looking at both of them with the bonds, because that's what I wasn't doing. I was like, oh, you know, I don't need the bonds. I don't need this. I don't need that. But like realistically, you're gonna want them. So I'm gonna trade with, oh my goodness, I almost messed up. I almost messed up there. I almost hit the sell button, even though I want to sell, but I wouldn't have been doing what I wanted to do. So if it's to trade back up into this, I'm gonna sell it with 2. It could trade up back. If it creates a gap, that's fine. Trade back up into that mitigation block, I'll sell it there as well. And I have my best case scenario. Oh shoot, I messed up. No, we're good. Trade back up into that. I'm gonna see this as a mitigation block. Sell limit goes, sell stop goes there. Best case scenario is Asia low. Buy limit 2. I'm gonna just let this go. If it can trade down to here, I'll take 1 off there. That's what I'm seeing right now. And we'll just kind of let it go from here. There's a gap here. I see that. But I have it above all this. Could add 1 more, honestly. I'm gonna add 2 more actually. Then do this as 4. So do there. I'll take 2 off here. Honestly, probably should have had it a little bit higher. But I'll take 2 off here if possible. Miracles on. Looks like I might get stopped out. Okay, yeah. So I got stopped out there. So I just have to wait and see what's gonna happen here. I did like that one, but might have traded up just a little bit higher than what I wanted to. Might have just got stopped. Let's just see. I have to wait a little bit more. I still think this is gonna go lower. Yeah, I'm gonna sell 2 more in here. And then this will be the last trade. We can do that. I think I just got stopped out on that. Put it above here. And this would be the last one of the day. Still think that. And if that's wrong, then that's how today goes for me. And then so first target would be here. Buy 2. We can do that. So for me, this is the mitigation block, the whole thing up here. But I was expecting it to the low end of it to hold for us to trade lower. So We'll see what happens here. I would have already expected it to kind of trade lower, and the fact that it's not good, but we'll see. I could be selling in a discount, what I don't like, but my thought process is it trades there. There's a lot of consolidation right now. A lot of chop right now. So we have at 50 to 1010. So this needs to go now, by the way. Like now. Miracles on. And it needs to do that. This I'm gonna take off if it can get down there. One here. Miracles on. So not liking I think that this isn't necessarily as high probability right now, just the way that it's looking. I feel like this should have already just ran aggressively lower. And we're not. Line 52 and 10. So it could have just like came up here just a little bit deeper than what I was expecting for my stop loss. But I felt like it showed the signs, mitigation. Like it showed everything there that I would want to see. But we'll see what we get here. I think that's a clear sell side there. That's easy. So right now my mind is in mitigation, not necessarily trying to go at this point all the way down here. If it can do that, it may not even be able to do that because this is looking like it's struggling a lot right now. So my mind is like, can I make back at least half? Hold on, let me just go look at the other one. I'm not tripping. The bonds are going to go higher, which means that these should be dropping. Yeah, this should go lower. Just might have had my stop a little bit too close. Yeah, so it should start going now. So ES is dropping. Dow is dropping. I mean, minimum, I think it should at least trade here. This is being very choppy. Miracle. Miracle. I mean, obviously, what you don't want to see is this one be the one that doesn't take out this low, which is, again, always possible. It's just the part of trading you just don't know. Yeah, ES held it a lot better than this one. It should have just a little bit higher than obviously I would have wanted to, but you know, just comes with, it's just part of trading right now. We just want to see it big. We want to see extension below and be heavy. Not too much back and forth here. I mean, it just obviously traded a lot higher than what I was expecting, what I wanted to see. But see if it can get down there. And if it can hit that sell side liquidity pool there, then I'll start to move my stock because I think it should start running quickly. Don't want to see it keep coming back up and coming back up. Should be heavy. Yeah, that's not what we want. Don't want to see ES be taking out the low, and this one doesn't do it. So what I'll do is like if it can take out that low, like I take partials there. If it can do that, that's when I can move my stop loss. I can't move it before then. Even if I lose, that's fine. I can't do it. It'll just be 2 losses today. Miracles on me. Yeah, this looks like this is not gonna end up giving that to us. It's like this is the one that doesn't take out the low. These miracles on me. Yeah, that's what that's looking like right now. Because it's trading down. Like, so ES took out its low. This did not take out its low. Dow did take out its low. So the same low it didn't take out. This one. Yeah. ES took out this exact low. But this needs to reject lower now. But don't look like we're gonna get that one today. Trading too much back inside of this, like way too much. Way too much. He's done miracles on me. He's done miracles on. Like it can't come back up into that mitigation block. If it does that, then he's out because it ain't finna work. It ain't finna work if it's gonna do that. Like we're getting the, it's just choppy right now. But we're getting the, I guess the signature, at least something that but it's just going back and forth and back and forth and slowly going down. It's like that's not what we want to see. But once it takes out that sell side, if it can, that's when I can move my stop. But right now I can't do anything. Because if I would have moved my stop now, let's say I did that, I would have got stopped out on that wild, that crazy wick back up. I would have been stopped. Let's see, hold up. Zombie. It's what 357. I can tell you this is a very, very sloppy trade. I'll say that. Very, very sloppy. Even if I was, up there, didn't get stopped out, this is still very, very sloppy. It's holding. Um, very sloppy. So very high resistant right now. And so right now I think I lost like 350 or something. So I'm watching this to see like when we get close to that, I'll probably just the way it's looking. If it can do it, I don't know. But I can't take anything off until then. So if it does that, then I'll kind of move my stop. But until then, I can't do anything. Come on, NQ. You can do it, my man. Trust me. You got it in you. I believe in you. The rejection block would be. Or do I have that actually? I can't tell. Is that even in the screen? Oh, the screen's right here. What? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we're just waiting pretty much. We're just watching here and seeing. I just don't like the way it's stalling right now. I feel like it should. I mean, that's very easy. I feel like it should definitely already be down there within quickly. And then once we do this, I would expect it to like speed through this low down to here because ultimately I think this is where it could potentially be the one in the trade. Just stalling so much right now. Especially below this low. Yeah. Way too much. Like at this point, I'm probably thinking I'm gonna lose this trade because it should have already went below that low. The fact that it didn't do that is concerning. And we keep trading back up inside of this range. Especially being like right there. It should have already went down, in my opinion. He's the miracle song. And the thing is, like, I've sat in trades like this where it's done this, and it's not necessarily like hoping. It hasn't gone up to like this is where I believe I'm wrong, and I would just walk away. Um, this to me seems very logical from what happened last night. Hit a balanced price range. This is like equal lows. So that's why I'm still is say like sitting in this trade. And I'm watching the other ones. Like Dow looks really weak. ES kind of. But we'll see. High resistance just it means like a lot of deep retracement is what we're getting right now. I may lose this one too. But we ain't finna go crazy over a loss happening. Went back up to equilibrium. In higher time frame, this is telling me everything is going lower. What's going on my mind right now is I'm looking at the rejection block on this time on the 15-minute time frame, and I'm wondering if I just see if I can have it reach all the way down there and take everything off at the rejection block. That's what is going on in my mind right now on the 15-minute chart. Let me show you. There. If it can reach down there, that's where my mind is like, do I just take everything off right there? That's what's going on in my mind. Or do I take one off there, see how it's trading, and then take the other one off? If it can get down to here, then take it off there. That's what's I'm thinking in my mind right now. I will tell you, it's a very, very frustrating trade where like it's just not doing anything. Like it should have already done this. Like that's very easy. ES is dropping, YM is dropping. This just keeps coming back up. And for me, it's like this hit a higher time frame array. It's not just like a random level. I mean, it's a level that I saw before, but it's just not giving the response I would expect here. Body's respected here, didn't close outside. Body came up again, didn't respect, stayed at the lower end, came up here, lower end, hit it again with clear low resistance liquidity on signatures. That was dropping heavily, heavily dropping. So, like, not even close. So that's what's frustrating for me. It's not necessarily my entry or getting stopped out before. That has no bearing on this. I mean, I just feel like it should already be there. Time element wise. Just check the bonds. The bonds are going higher off the daily order block. So this should be going lower. Should be. It's being held. Like, why is it being held? I don't know, but you can tell this is not some. Let me make sure actually. Hold up. So what I always want to do is when I start seeing stuff like this, I wonder if they've thrown in speakers, because I've seen this before where like I've been trading and they threw in a speaker and I didn't understand why price looks like this. Like I'm not sure why I didn't take out this low. And Dow is just tanking. I was watching an ICT video yesterday where he talks about, he said you don't want to do it often. Like, I mean, he didn't say like once a week or do it, twice a month. It wasn't something like that. But it's like when you're watching price or you've done something where like you just be completely honest, and it could be your journal. So like these streams are like my virtual journal or thinking out loud journal, however you want to call it. Like I would have already expected this to be down here already. The fact that it's not is frustrating. And do I get stopped out? Maybe. Does it go down here? Maybe. I don't know. I would have already expected it to be down there. It just is not. And we're consolidating below this low. We've hit a higher time frame array, and we're just bouncing back and forth. So I'm watching the bonds trade higher. This should be going lower. I'm watching Dow trade lower. And so like those are actual, you could say, frustrations or things that I'm having. It's not that I'm like angry or mad at the chart. It's just what's happening and I'm expressing those feelings. And so he talked about that, I thought that was something that was good and helpful for me to see and hear. Because sometimes you're like, where do I draw the line where it's like everything is good, everything is going well, to um what's really actually happening. So gotta have that like that honesty in there as well. But like obviously it's how you say it though is very important as well. For me, it's like, do I want to see it trade down here and hit this? Yeah, but the way that it's acting right now, I don't know if that's gonna give it to us. Don't know. It's just holding. I mean, is it holding below? Yes, at least it's holding below, at least right now. But still, this is wild time. Could have already moved. I mean, in my mind, it should have moved either direction. Even if it's gonna go higher, this should already been moving. If it's gonna go lower, it should have already done that by now. And look at the macro time, we've done nothing. Traded back up into this gap with this mitigation block. I like this because it showed this hit a higher time frame array and then showed displacement. So for me, I'm like, oh, that's easy with especially these. This first target, but it's not doing anything. I just have to like in these moments, I just have to remind myself that it's money management in these times because this time can be very, very frustrating. I don't care how long you've been trading for. 5 years, 3 months, 2 days. It's still all very frustrating. But this is being held clearly. But if it's time to go, this thing will run either direction. It still will run if that's what it's time to do. I mean, again, we could also just be sitting in consolidation. It could do absolutely nothing all day because of what it did overnight. That's my concern. See that? How quickly it traded below that low, but then you visually couldn't even see it. It was just a wick. My thought process, like, what I'm trying to stop myself from is moving this down here because I mentally want to move it down there. What's good, Corgi? Mentally, I want to move it down here because I feel like the rejection block on the 15-minute chart would be a higher draw on this. But again, it's because it's acting so choppy right now. I don't like that. That's what I don't like. But once we hit down there, I will definitely move my stop loss. And this needs to change to like 1. We can hit that. So I don't accidentally sell more when I want to get stopped out purposely. Okay. I'm putting it there. And we'll see what happens here. If it just trades back up, it does that. But I want to see it go down. It's like It's like, what we doing, fam? Like, yeah, appreciate that. At least we got something out of here. We got something from this thing. But man, I just want to see how much 188. So I'm down 188 right now. So I don't want to take home anything less than that if it's possible, right? This will be getting me my getting something back. So I want to see us continue through this. And I'm watching to see how it's reacting. If it's not reacting how I wanted to see, I'll just take everything off from here. They'll all look like they're kind of trading soft or trading lower. Don't want to see it start to trace too much here. This is a rejection block on the 15-minute chart. I want to see if we can reach down here. Depending on how aggressive we are, is when I'll move my stop down to there because I know that I won't have anything else. I want to see some expansion there. Oh, you guys can't. Oh, hold up. I'm sorry. I messed up. My fault. Took that off so y'all can see it. So I'm watching the other ones. I'm trying to let this thing run and see if it has the ability to trade down here, because ultimately this was my highest target. Now, if I was still in and I hadn't taken a loss, this is what I'd be waiting for, just so y'all know. I would wait for all the way down there. I would take partials there. I would take one there. I would take one on here, and I would wait to see if it could trade down there. But we'll see if it can target that and want to drop. But we'll see. Ideally, I don't even want to see it come up here. I don't even want to see it trade to this gap low key. So I'm actually gonna put it there. This one I wouldn't even want to see it trade to. So we'll just let it go, see what happens here. Miracle song. If we get some expansion here, as soon as we get close to this low, I'm gonna jam it. Only reason why I'm jamming it, I would jam it because I'm trying to mitigation process. If we could create a gap here, we don't like come back up here. I'm gonna put it right there. Yeah, 1 minute IO fed, yeah, right there, bang. Below all this choppy consolidation, bro, whatever we want to call that. Whatever we want to call that. So we can do that. I'm gonna just put it down. Put it there. Cause I think that should be the draw. Should be that low. Okay. There. So now there's no more that I'm gonna do on this trade. I mean, unless it like kind of consolidates a little bit, I may drop it down a little bit, but see if we get the sell side liquidity here and then go from there. If not, that's fine, but I would expect that gap. I would ideally want to see that gap remain heavy open and not even get touched. Now, again, like I said, if I didn't get stopped out before, this would be my ultimate target, would be way down there. But since I got stopped out right now, my goal is mitigation and a little bit more. That's it. I'm not looking for, see if we can hang on to that. It is what it is. If it goes down there, that's fine. But again, with four of these blickies, that would have been a nice pull. Did we get immediate rebalance? Oh, we left a little bit open. That's fine. That's even better. Let's see if we can down there for that. It's like we're right there, NASDAQ. Don't want to retrace now. Don't do this whole retracement and run away now. Like let's hit it. I'm actually okay with this. We're good right there. I see the fair value gap there, by the way. I'm leaving it there on purpose because I will make something on the day, not just be right at the even. Hey, wouldn't that be love, right? Just drop. Just drop. Don't even trade up in there. Leave it open. Miracles on me. That'd be love if it doesn't do it. But I'd be what, up 100 something. I don't know what I'm up right now. Y'all can see what I'm up at. Well, I can't see anything. I don't know what's going on. The miracles on me. So come on, bro. Trade right through that order block. Don't need a retracement here, man. Probably gonna get a retracement. But we've is that the rejection block, low key? Oh, I didn't even hit it. We'll see. We'll see what we get here. Now I'm gonna move it here. Should easily tap that. Like we shouldn't have an issue with that. We should have no issue with tapping that. Come on now. I put out a rejection block there because it's probably gonna want to trade up to that gap, and that's what I have. Come on, bro. Right there, bro. There we go. Let's go. Come on now. Come on. We went down. We back up. Yeah, we good. Nice trade there. Man, all this up here was ridiculous. Ridiculous. But we're all good. We're strizzy. So obviously we have the trade. We had the immediate we had the balance price range, what we saw on the hourly chart. There. We expected us to trade down lower, which we got. Again, this is ultimately where I'm looking for. If I didn't lose or get stopped out, this is exactly where I would be holding for, let alone best case scenario would have been down here. So if let's say I had 4 on, I would have taken 1, 2, this would have been 3 and 4. I just would have let it go. I wouldn't have been babysitting. I'd just be like, okay, we'll just see if it gets down there with my stop at a reasonable level. But definitely down here, these levels. But since I lost, I'm trying to get out. That's about it. But so we didn't get caught up in all this. Now, once I saw this signature and us failed to hit here and then displace, for me, this mitigation block was what I was looking to frame my trades in. I know I'm supposed to keep it outside the mitigation block, obviously. You're supposed to do that. But I didn't feel like it needed to. We had a gap here. We had this, and where was my stop? I'm so confused. Oh, bought back. Yeah, my stop was, yeah. So pretty much I got stopped out right away. I got ticked, and then it went lower. So that was obviously unfortunate. But I was like, my stop was way up there. Then I sold it again because I was like, this is, to me, looks really prime to go lower. It hit this level, did this stuff. So I got back in. Yeah, back in off of this. Then the mitigation block price was holding it as a consolidating here. I didn't necessarily enjoy that or like that, but at least it was in the bottom portion. So once this body didn't close outside and we're hanging down the bottom, I was okay with sitting in it, even though it kept going back and forth and back and forth. So that's today's trade. I guess that's what it looks like. Kind of went over this. I'll go back over it in the Discord, and then I'll drop like the end of day stuff in there. So appreciate every one of you guys for being on here, and we'll be back tomorrow. We'll see if it has pretty much done everything. If it has already hit these levels, which probably is going to happen today, just looking at the way ES is and looking at Dow, I think it should probably draw down there. If it's done that, I'm probably not going to trade on my live accounts because it would have done everything that I was expecting. So I would probably end up doing that. You'll always be able to tell based. I don't know if you guys can see this up there. If it says trend debate, obviously. Oh no, if you just see the combination where it says daily P&L, if I'm doing that, then that means it's all my fundeds. If it's not there, then I'm demo trading. I mean, all of it's demo. Let me just make sure, disclaimer, all of it is demo trading. Like, these are my trades just for safety reasons. But yeah, so that's pretty much the whole day, and I'm off here. But yeah, appreciate you guys for being on. Glad we're done before 11, because the other day I think we were still on until like 12 or something. So peace out, guys. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you guys on next stream.